Good day everyone. So let us now talk about rational numbers. Okay, by definition, rational numbers are numbers which can be written as quotient of two integers, a over b, where b is not equal to 0. So rational numbers can be interpreted or presented by a over b, where b is not equal to 0, because when b is equal to 0, that is undefined, or the answer is unknown. Any rational number can be expressed in fraction or in fraction form or decimal form. Converting fraction into decimal form is simply dividing the numerator by the denominator. So as you can see, we have here, for example, express 4 over 5 in decimal form. So our 4 here is our numerator, 5 is the denominator. So 4 divided by 5. So here, 4 cannot be divided by 5, so add decimal point and 0. So this is raised 40 divided by 5 is equal to 8. So just attach the decimal point. Therefore, 4 over 5 is equal to 0.8. A decimal is expressed to fraction form by using its digits disregarding the decimal point as the numerator and selecting the correct power of 10 as the denominator. The fraction is then expressed in simplest form. Express 0.8 in fraction form. So our solution is, this is read as 8 tenths. So it's equal to 8 over 10. Get the lowest term or lowest form. This will be divided into 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Therefore, 0.8 is equal to 4 over 5 or 4/5. Okay, so to add or subtract similar fractions, add or subtract the numerator and copy the common denominator. Reduce to lowest term if necessary. So when we say similar fractions, those are fractions with the same denominator. So let us add 3 over 8 plus 1 over 8. And then for the second given, let us subtract 4 over 6 minus 2 over 6. Okay, so to add or subtract similar fractions, add or subtract the numerator and copy the denominator. Reduce to lowest term if necessary. So our given is posted, so 3 over 8 plus 1 over 8. Then the next one is 4 over 6 minus 2 over 6. So our solution, add or subtract the numerators and copy the denominator. So we have 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Copy the denominator. So our answer is 4 over 8. But then we can reduce this to lowest term. The greatest common factor of 4 and 8 is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So our final answer for this is 1/2. Okay, so next one. 4 over 6 minus 2 over 6 is equal to 4 minus 2 is 2. 6 or copy the denominator, which is 6. Then find its lowest term by using its greatest common factor. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Our final answer for 4 over 6 minus 2 over 6 is equal to 1/3. To add or subtract fractions with different denominators or dissimilar fractions, change them to equivalent fractions by finding the least common denominator or the LCD. Then apply the rules in adding or subtracting fractions with the same denominator. Okay, for our given, we have 3 over 4 plus 1 over 6. Find the sum. Then next is find the difference of 4 over 8 minus 5 over 12. They are dissimilar fractions having different denominators. So for our solution, we have 3 over 4 plus 1 over 6. Its LCD is 12, or the least common denominator is 12. So next, this is 12 divided by 4, that is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So our first equivalent fraction of 3 over 4 is 9 over 12. The next one, 12 divided by 6 is 2 times 1, that is 2. Our equivalent fraction of 1 over 6 is 2 over 12. As you can see, they are now similar fractions. So let us now add its numerator. So 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. 11 and 12 do not have a greatest common factor. So our final answer here is 11 over 12. Next, let us have the second example. 4 over 8 minus 5 over 12. So find its LCD, or the least common denominator. So we have 24. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. So our first equivalent fraction is 12 over 24. Next, 24 divided by 12 is 2. Times 10 we have, times 5 we have 10. So now they are similar fractions having the 24 as the denominator. Let us now subtract the numerator. 12 minus 10, the answer is 2. Copy the denominator, which is 24. Then find its lowest term. This is divisible by 2, so 2 divided by 2 is 1. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So our final answer for the difference is 1 over 12. To multiply rational numbers in fraction form, simply multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. In symbol, that is a over b times c over d is equal to a times c, or ac, over b times d, or bd, or db, where b and d are not equal to 0, because the answer will be undefined if that is equal to 0. So for our example, multiply 3 over 4 times 5 over 6. Just multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So 3 times 5 is 15. 4 over 6 is equal to 24. Reduce the product to its lowest term. Numerator and denominator has the greatest common factor, which is 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So our final answer here is 5 over 8. Okay, so let us now multiply 2 and 1/4 times 5 and 4 over 6. So for our solution, first express the mixed numbers as improper fractions. How are you going to express mixed numbers as improper fractions? Just multiply the denominator by the whole number, then add the numerator. So that is 4 times 2, that is 8, plus 1, that is 9. Copy the denominator, which is 4, so that is 9 over 4. Next is 5 times 6 is 30, plus 4, that is 34. Copy the denominator, which is 6, so that is 34 over 6. Then apply, how are you going to multiply? Multiply the numerator and then multiply the denominator. So it is 9 times 34 and then 4 times 6. Okay, so to simplify, by dividing them by a common factor. So 9 and 6 has a common factor of 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 34 and 4 has a common factor of 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 34 divided by 2 is 17. Next, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So 3 times 17, that is 51. 2 times 2, that is 4. This is an improper fraction, so you can reduce this by making this as a mixed fractions. So that is 51 divided by 4. Its lowest term is 12 and 3/4. So therefore, our answer is 12 and 3/4. To divide rational numbers in fraction form, you take the reciprocal of the second fraction, called the divisor, and multiply it by the first fraction. So you are going to get the inverse of the second fraction, or the opposite. So in symbol, that is a over b divided by c over d. What will happen if you get the reciprocal of the second fraction and then proceed to multiplication? That is a over b times d over c. That is equal to ad, or a times d is equal to bc, or b times c, where b, c are not equal to 0. So let us have this example. 4 over 5 divided by 2 over 3. So this is our solution. First, get the reciprocal of the divisor. Our divisor here is 2 over 3, or the second fraction. Then proceed to multiplication. Multiply the numerators, then the denominator. So 4 times 3 is equal to 12. 5 times 2 is equal to 10. Our answer is 12 over 10, but then they have a greatest common factor, which is 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 10 divided by 2 is 5. But then 6 over 5 is an improper fraction, wherein when we say improper, the numerator is greater than the denominator. So this is 6 over 5, or we can reduce our answer as 1 and 1/5. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.